Hello, 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 my loves, and welcome to EQ with Jah. I've been taking the time as I've gotten older to really pay attention to my body and the relationship with my body and how I listen to my body. And as a kid, I always used to think like my life of how I ate and stuff was not really my choice, but I still had a relationship with my body. Like I knew that I needed to take care of it, but I didn't understand the depth of it. And I was just sitting here cooking, and then it just popped into my head like, I feel really good. Like my skin's looking good. This is no filter. Like, I'm going to be turning like 36 and like next year soon. Like, it doesn't seem fast, but I'm like, this year is flying by. So I'm like, all right, well, here's to that year. And I've been learning more stuff about my body that I'm realizing as a child, I psyched myself out to believe I was supposed to do. And what I mean by that is like, I like to sketch down my ideas. And I was realizing that the actual physical body is a manifestation of masculine energy. And then once the body is born, the feminine energy is what creates the organs and the thoughts and the emotions and stuff that's attached to the ego. But then even though the body is still like a symbol of like the phallic masculine energy that is tangible, we still are vulnerable. Our flesh is still vulnerable. And I've witnessed how the world treats other people's flesh, and I've always wondered why we allow that to be. And that's when I really had to step back and step inside of my own conditioning, where I remember at a young age, because everyone knew that I was gay, they tried to, I guess, coddle me in a way, but they didn't really teach me anything about how I could express myself in masculine or feminine energy. They knew they just wanted to suppress my feminine energy. And it's not their fault. This is a conditioning of society. But once I started to understand that, oh, I can be myself as feminine energy, then I started to indulge in it more. But what I started to recognize is that the feminine energy actually learns by example. Like I learned how to be more gentle. I learned how to be more submissive. I learned how to be, I guess, obedient, subordinate, all of these things that are attached to the feminine, but it's not something bad. It's just how the masculine energy work. Masculine energy again is action energy, and feminine energy is passive. But how they still help each other grow to the next level is what has always made me really fascinated, because the masculine energy actually, it is the seed and it has to go through all of the rough edges. This is why we got the kids of the street and alpha masculine and omega and all this. It doesn't matter what sex is connected to it. Once you feel that you're that protector energy, once you go through the full cycle of the seed, through the flower to the plant back to the seed, you realize your purpose and you want to protect someone who is naturally a flower. And this is how we should do for our own self-health. So like I always like really am fascinated by it. Like on the outside world looking in, I guess you would establish me as the masculine energy and my partner as the feminine energy. But mentally, how we interact, I am much more connected to my emotions, which are connected to the ego. So I am way more emotional, but I'm also connected to my soul's emotions, which is remembering why I am the way I am. He, on the other hand, is more masculine because he thinks more. He puts it together and he allows himself to feel through the moment and then evaluates the emotions later. See, I go straight in with the emotions and evaluate the information later. But by seeing this in a relationship that we have with others, it's really a reflection of the relationship with ourselves. And so I found it very comforting for myself to, if you know that the byproduct of protection is creating more of safety and comfort, would you not want to be a part of that? Or Would you want to continue to be a part of a cycle that's destructive, non-healthy for anyone? We have people who are clearing up trauma work from 20, 40, 50 years ago because of an old linear system that said you cannot express who you are or be expressive. This is simply the human paradigm as it stands. We, as a thought, are trying to suppress other people's thoughts, which makes no sense. No one is ever in control of your thoughts. We're barely in control of our own thoughts, but we are in charge of our reactions. And so I like to take this information and make it really versatile to my life, where I had to learn that the most masculine thing that I could ever do is protect my feminine energy. May that be my energy inside, feminine energy around me, my children, things that are more vulnerable to society. As nature has naturally taught us, we're meant to protect if we're able to protect it, because it helps our growth and helps our comfort and helps our balance back to a sense of knowing that it's okay to not know who you are, but it's very important that you still take care of your body during that process. I am not putting anyone down, but for myself, I ate a lot. I was a fat kid. I didn't try. I didn't care. I was smart as a whip, but I stayed in this world of fantasy and talking about what I would do and how I would do it, but I never acted on it. This was me living in my beautiful feminine energy because I created a lot, but I never acted on it. And then eventually I started acting on things, but I didn't use my feminine energy to help me create. I just went into a world that was already created, and I started to do as I was told. And then when I realized that the work I was doing as a masculine energy was building someone else's life, then I saw the purpose of my own and I took back that energy. This is why it's important to take care of your health and know what you're putting in your body. Take care of your mind and know what you're reading and letting people say to you. Again, how you work out and take care of your physical form. It doesn't matter if you want to have abs or not, that's your choice. The most important thing right now in this world and your life is range of motion, knowing how to move your own body, calisthenics, where you can lift your own body. If you can't move your own body, then you should probably start there before you worry about throwing weight or trying to do anything else with someone else's conditioning of self. Okay, so this is why it's so important to remember that something I was writing down is like, I don't want to be in a situation in life anymore where I can't have fun with myself. I've been places where it's like, oh, I want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. I want to eat that. No, you don't want to do that because you got to worry about this. No, no, no. Eat it. Do it. Have fun. Don't get caught up not having fun. If you can't laugh or have fun with yourself because you've experienced it, so there's no one there bullying you any longer. If something's stuck in your head, that's a condition from the past, and you don't want to keep reliving that cycle. That's why bullying is so effective, because it makes you believe it's still happening to you. So you have to know that the relationship with your body, when it feels sick, when it doesn't feel healthy, it's your job to make sure that you give it the appropriate time it needs. Give it the appropriate love it needs. And then that's when you can see that your higher self, your intuition says, hey, eat this, do this. There's times that I'm doing something, it's like, here, eat this. And I'm like, why? Just do it. My intuition knows, because my intuition is, again, it was what takes care of my body as I sleep. You know, this is the part of our higher selves that we have to praise and appreciate. It's on 24 hours and it takes care of us and it keeps us alive. And then the body is the part of our job, which is the free will and how we're going to keep it alive. You know what I mean? You only have your entire life to have a relationship with your body. Now is the time to do. Now that was a tongue twister. Now is the time to put into what you want yourself to be, so that your higher self and your ego self can really communicate in a way that makes them feel healthy and balanced, and then you can co-create and manifest together. This is how you step into the next realm of manifestation and all that, but it has to be balanced within the body first. All right, guys, I love you as always. Thank you for following. If my messages seem too deep, please message me, let me know. I like to explain things, but also this is for a higher consciousness of thinking. I'm here to teach leaders how to be leaders. And I know that there's people who want to understand my process, but sometimes you know that you're right there and you just have to do that last thing. And it has to come back to, again, is finding that balance in yourself, because when you can take lead of yourself and discipline, then you most definitely can take care of leading other people and helping community and step into the greatest divine self that you're meant to be. All right, guys, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, take care of your spiritual health, take care of your sexual health. All of them are important and vital to this existence. As always, thank you, Bezos. Check me out on all my social media platforms, my website, epicenter.org, as well as my podcast that's on Spotify. I am knowing I am. Anyways, I am working on season 2, so get ready for that. I'm so excited. As always, I love you. Thank you, Bezos. Okay, I'm done. That was a lot of Bezos.